No idea. You saw. Who did you see? Sushmita Sen did you see? Alright, so people in Mumbai, now it's time to have somebody on stage who, I mean, what do I even speak? If I start speaking about her, oh my god, this evening's gonna fall short. Ladies and gentlemen, everybody round here, if you're sitting there, bad decision, come down here. People who are sitting that side, no, don't be seated, come down this side. Everybody, people at the back, you can eat. The rest of this evening is there for you. But this, what's gonna happen now, is very, very, very special. And as I said, if I go on to introduce her, I will just take this, the length of the entire evening will just go in. For people who've just joined in, do you have any idea what's happening today? Can you imagine walking 3,800 kilometers? Well, people like us, we get scared of 3.8 kilometers. So 3,800 kilometers over 230 days. For everybody who's over here, this is the Crossbow Miles concert. What's happening tonight is we are celebrating, or rather with walking, we have this one lady who started this. She is empowering women all throughout the country, and she's walked from Kanyakumari to Srinagar, and I keep saying that because that deserves a round of applause every time we say it. And it deserves a louder round of applause every time we say it. And for such a beautiful cause, of course, we have beautiful people who've turned up here. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to call upon stage this one gentleman who is man of many talents. We can keep going on, It deserves a lot of more applause for that. The next person coming up on stage is a man of many talents, a lyricist, actor, screenplay writer, script analyst, and spoken word poet. He's a TED speaker, and the role closest to his heart is that of the life skill educator. Ladies and gentlemen, please join in with a big round of applause, and let's call up on stage Mr. Deepak Ramola with a big round of applause. Let's bring him on stage. So cool to have you here, brother. We gotta have a louder round of applause every time, people. Listen, I keep telling you, 3 kilometers walking is difficult. We are speaking of 3,800 freaking kilometers. That's too much. And Deepak, over to you, my friend.
Thank you, Aman. Namaste and good evening, everyone. मेरा नाम दीपक रमोला है और सृष्टि के इस सफर से मैं शुरुआत से जुड़ा हूँ. We started this journey on 15 September in Kanyakumari, and it is no coincidence that when she reached Kashmir, there were tears of joy, there was immense exhaustion, but more so there was pride, because Srishti had achieved not only for herself but for all of us an incredible feat. I assisted her in designing workshops on digital and financial literacy along the journey, but more importantly, we sat All right, I'm going to build this up. 1, 2, 3, and she's speaking already! Welcome. So just to introduce to the people who've just joined in, this is Miss Sushmita Sen, everybody. That is Mr. Charles from Managing Director of Volvo Car India. Can we have a huge round of applause? And this is the woman of the hour. I just told you about a girl who walked from Kanyakumari to Kashmir. This is her. And she has walked for you, for us, and for us all together. So put your hands together and this floor is on you. Thank you so much.
Check, 1, yes, it's working. Ladies in the house, make some noise. Oh, nice. Men in the house, make some noise. Such a thanda noise men make, oh. Ladies and gentlemen, young people, thank you so much for being here, because this is a very, very spectacular evening. Why is it spectacular? Because today we celebrate something that needs attention. Yes? You know why we are here, right? You know this young lady? She's a young lady. She's only 31 years old. Her name is Srishti Bakshi. She was working and living in Hong Kong. And when all these amazing news that comes out of our country that so many of us have kind of become emotionally deaf to because we hear it so often, sometimes it shakes up a person's conscience, as it did for many of us in 2012. What makes it incredible today is a company like Volvo. Mr. Trump, thank you very, very much, Mr. Trump, for making this happen, because when a company decides to hold an event of this nature and invite people nationwide to pay attention, to bring to awareness the initiative of a single person who heard the news of a mother and a daughter being gang raped. We've been hearing this news out of India so much and have kind of over the years felt bad and sad and looked to the government and other institutions to do something about it. You know what it is? The single greatest act of patriotism is when an Indian person says, मैं क्या कर सकती हूँ या मैं क्या कर सकता हूँ इसके बारे में. And that is the example that Srishti has set for us. She left Hong Kong, came back here, and decided she's going to walk 1 billion steps, right from Kanyakumari to Kashmir. And she's going to not just walk it, she's going to stop and talk to women, children, men, about how to empower the women in their lives. We can applaud that, of course. What's your name? Anurag. We need more men like this, ladies and gentlemen. Well done, love. Fantastic. Yes, it is worth applauding. And in doing so, she did a lot for everyone on the way. She wants to do a lot more, but that's not what's that impressive to me as a human being. You know what's impressive? Is the first step she took, not the billion that followed. The first step to say, what can I do about this? When I speak to the global audience, they say, India is so lovely. In her words, beautiful culture, rich heritage, but the women are treated very badly in your country. There's so much of brutality against them. That pinches her as a woman. It pinches me as a woman. It pinches people that have raised her, raised us as our parents. I know it bothers us. So what do you end up doing? You say, you know, isse kya hoga? 1000 kadam chal lenge, billion kadam chal lenge, isse kya hoga? You will know isse kya hoga if you get up and join the movement. Without doing anything, the greatest of thoughts is wasted. But with action, a single person standing here today gets motivated. A single person decides to join any movement. It could be anything. That's a change that has been activated. Ladies and gentlemen, our country is the youngest population in the world, which means all of you, I mean all of you, except maybe a few sitting here, are younger than me. And how old am I? 16 will do. I'm 42, proudly. And you know what's incredible? Youngest population in the world, below 35 and 25 years old, which means everything that you want to change in our country is in your hands. The reason today we have systems changing, policies being made for women, it started in 2012. The government didn't wake up. People woke up. They came out to the streets. They demanded a change. You can do that too, any way you choose. And a quick little something I read up about, very interesting. In Mumbai, at any given time, in a public place, you know what the ratio between male and female is? 28%. So dar to lagega na? As women, you will always feel scared to be in an environment which has majority of men in it. So this incredible initiative by Volvo and Srishti to have women reclaim their public places is just one step towards reclaiming your rightful place in the world. And in doing so, you will empower yourselves far more than someone putting CCTV cameras for you, giving you all sorts of panic buttons to press. Because this doesn't prevent harm. It maybe helps in finding the culprits, by which time it's very late. I have never known women to not support other women. Maybe I live in a bubble, but in my life, I have known women to use technology, to use a phone call, but if they see something happening, you don't have to be related or a friend, they will act on it. And in doing so, they will protect another person's life. Get out on the streets, ladies. Walk your walk. Have faith in your system, but don't rely on it. Because ultimately, what I am not saying is that the world is changing, and it's changed already. Far from it. Srishti will tell you herself, girls are still a liability in the deepest pockets of our country. But in doing this, you will create an army. And I mean that because as of 10th of May, the statistic shows the sex ratio in India, in our country, between male and female, is female 945 to 1,000 males. That's not a big difference. Which means if you're out and about and standing with each other, God help all the males in the country. It is something to think about. It is also something for the men in this country to honor. I truly believe this from the bottom of my heart, that एक कमजोर आदमी और एक मर्द में क्या फर्क होता है? एक कमजोर आदमी एक औरत को तकलीफ देकर या उसकी इज्जत लूटकर अपनी ताकत दिखाता है। एक मर्द एक औरत को इज्जत देके अपनी ताकत दिखाता है। And that is a huge thing, huge difference. I personally am very fond of the men population because they've been very kind, very well behaved with me, and therefore, ladies, be strong, be physically strong. Learn something in your life that allows you to not live in fear. Get out on the streets, get out in gangs. Thank you, Volvo, for this incredible opportunity. Thank you, Srishti, for setting such a brilliant example for everyone, including all of us. Any which way that we can be of help, we must be a part of it. Yes?
Absolutely.
Thank you very much for listening, guys. I love you very, very much.
Thank you, Sushmita. I read actually somewhere that you said, arm yourself with education and knowledge, and you can fight anything. As I read that, I did my homework. As a mother of 2 girls, what would you suggest to everyone as an immediate next step into making their city safe? What can they do as they go out of this experience? What is the first step they can take?
Excuse me.
One of the reasons I often say education is the first step is not for any other reason, but that every action has a consequence. Education teaches you. A lot of people making huge blunders in their life are not aware of what the punishment will be. And therefore, education teaches you your rights. आपको सही और गलत में फर्क समझ में आने लगता है. I am a mother of 2 daughters, and I'm one of those privileged ones who got to choose the sex of my children. And I chose daughters because, boy, what a privilege it is to be born a woman. And to be able to nurture life ahead and to give this world at least 2 brilliant examples. I'm working on it. And I'm working on it. And they're really incredible kids. And they, ladies, go to a combat class. They train. So that if nothing else in their lives, one thing, young people, remember, to live in fear is to not live at all. So do everything in your power to not live in fear. That's true for men, women, everyone. Because one life, one shot at it, make it count in your life. Do whatever it takes. So I'm teaching them how to be physically strong as well. Not because I want them to go and be very aggressive young ladies, but it just teaches you great reflex. It teaches you awareness. So I'm not saying get into dark alleys in the middle of the night because women empowerment, that would be a mistake. Don't do that. But be aware of your environment and make friends with men who will be the greatest support in your life, not the ones that leave you in the middle of the street and have other things to do. So find great men out there, because there are amazing men out there, young people, who have great conscience. Find them and befriend them.
Thank you so much. And I can tell you, because when Srishti was walking, there were so many women and girls who looked up to you and shared.
Introduce myself. My name is Srishti Bakshi. I have been walking for the last 230 days. मैं 230 दिन से चल रही हूँ. मैंने कन्याकुमारी से लेकर श्रीनगर कश्मीर तक का पूरा डिस्टेंस कवर किया है, 3,800 किलोमीटर्स का. And I did this with one mission, which is to make India a safer country for women. Reclaim the space which is in public for women. मैं पिछले 5 साल से हांगकांग में थी और एक कॉर्पोरेट जॉब में काम करती थी, and from there I have come back and been doing this work. So today we have collaborated with Make My City Safe, Make Your City Safe campaign, because it's a campaign which again talks about the same thing, and which is by Volvo, and here we are with the same. Please.
इतने गंदे फोटो आए तीन. Hi. Hello everyone.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll just take a quick seat.
Thank you, Sushmita.
You happy?
We have 4 chairs.
Okay.
Interesting place.
Yeah. And if you look around, this is what I mean by
Hands up.
Closer to the mic.
This is good?
Ma'am, you also.
Closer to the mic.
You also, sir.
Yeah. So,
Everyone close.
because they won't be able to hear us.
Okay.
There you go.
Start now.
Yeah, that's a perfect example.
Yes. There you go.
Okay. So as I was saying, that we are trying to make India a safer country for women, and that is why we have strong voices supporting us, because they believe in the cause. And you have 2 individuals who as individuals have supported us. I have been telling Mr. Frump that there are people who I have met on the road. They have championed my cause because they believe that there is a possibility. We have stopped believing that there is a possibility that India will be a safer country. I hear my friends saying this time and again, that अच्छा हुआ तुम हांगकांग चली गई, वहीं रहो, वापस आने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. So these statements hurt me because I am an army officer's daughter, and मुझ में देशभक्ति है, and I am back here to prove that it is a possibility. My entire learning, which I shared with Ms. Sen earlier, is that Sushmita is that it's the violence of the minority and silence of the majority.
Yeah.
अगर आप चुप रह गए तो आपने भागीदारी दिखाई है. You're part of the system which is against and which perpetuates violence against women. So that is my learning from the road, and we are here to hear thoughts from Sushmita about girl child safety.
Were you guys outside? थे आप थे ना? तो मैं बहुत कुछ बोल चुकी हूँ. मैं चाहूँगी कि आप पूछें हमसे कि हम किस तरह से ये मैसेज और ये इनिशिएटिव ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा लोगों तक पहुँचा सकें. What is the best way according to you as members of the media? Ask us that so that we can contribute to that. On my end, it is an absolute honor and a privilege to be in the company of an extraordinary young woman. Thank you to Volvo for bringing her awareness and her story to us. As ignorant as we can all be at some point, I have to take credit for this. I didn't know much about her, and that's shocking because she's doing such incredible stuff along the way, and it never did reach a lot of us. So Thank you, Mr. Trump, for making this happen. You should do more initiatives like this in India. Sweden's loss is India's gain. We definitely are very charged to have this come out and be shared with people. Today there were a lot of young people there. और हमारे देश में इतनी young population है, इतनी अलग generation है. जब मैं छोटी थी तो मेरे पिताजी ने 6:30-7 बजे का डेडलाइन रखते थे कि घर उसके बाद अलाउड नहीं है to be outside the house. And the primary reason back in the day was अच्छी घर की लड़कियाँ इस वक्त के बाद बाहर नहीं रहती. It wasn't safety. कुछ हो जाएगा बच्चे को. Now, luckily over the years वो mentality बदली है कि अच्छे घर की लड़कियाँ काम करती हैं, बाहर जाती हैं, बाहर रहती हैं. But उसकी जगह अब with technology, and that's the minus side of it. इतना information आ गया है, मगर उस information को कैसे समझें, उसको कैसे adapt करें वो नहीं आता. तो उसमें अब technology का गलत फ़ायदा उठाया जा रहा है, सही नहीं. And she did that. She took it to the road right from Kanyakumari to Kashmir, and she educated people. हम लोग cities में हैं, हमारे पास mobile phones हैं, हमें apps समझ में आता है, हमें ये भी समझ में आता है कि घर बैठे हम apps के through पैसे कैसे कमा सकते हैं. But actually in the grassroots level, where there are women that are running our economy, actually, but you look at them only as agricultural contribution. Wrong. Because technology and women can be a very powerful tool together to empower them. So today was not just about reclaiming your space as women, getting out on the road and taking what is yours. I was giving ratios of how many men to how many women in our country. Barely any difference now. 945 women to 1,000 men, female and male. But they're scared to come out. They shouldn't be. And yes, if you're still going to walk out alone, you will know fear, because as you can see in this very room right now, 90% are men. And thank you for being here, nonetheless. But this is how it is. So, आप लोगों को जो सही लगे आप पूछ लें. But I'm very, very excited to be a part of this initiative, and thank you very much for having me. And you, my dear, anything you need. Ever.
सुष्मिता और सृष्टि, आप लोगों को नहीं लगता कि ये जो women safety का issue है,
जी,
वो एक law and order की ज़्यादा problem है, बनिस्बत एक समाज की problem इसलिए है वो क्योंकि law and order का problem है. अगर law and order ठीक नहीं होता तो माँ बाप डरते हैं कि बच्ची को आगे भेजा जाए, वो जल्दी time पे पहुँचे, ये सब चिंताएं करती हैं.
I raised my hand first.
Please, go ahead.
नहीं, law and order भगवान नहीं बना रहे, इंसान बना रहे हैं. और उन इंसानों को एक डेजिग्नेशन, एक ओहदा दे दिया गया है, हमने इलेक्ट किया है कि आप जाके पॉलिसीज़ बनाएं, इन्हें बिल्स पास कराएं, इसे लॉ में बदल दें. मगर 1 बिलियन लोगों के देश में, छोटे से छोटी जगह में, इंडिया में, हमारे पास आँखें हैं, सेंसेस हैं, कॉन्शियंस है. ईमानदारी होनी चाहिए. नहीं तो हम अपने सामने एक औरत के साथ बेहुदा, और मैं गैंग रेप की तो बात ही नहीं कर रही हूँ, ईव टीजिंग भी ऐसे छोड़ देते हैं जैसे कि अपनी प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. लॉ एंड ऑर्डर कुछ नहीं करेगा जब तक देश के लोग नहीं बदलेंगे, उनकी मेंटालिटी नहीं बदलेगी, जब तक हम ये नहीं सोचते रहेंगे कि ये मेरे साथ नहीं होगा, ये औरों के साथ होता है. मैं जानती हूँ जैसे कैंसर एक ऐसी बीमारी जहाँ पे हम बुरा मानते हैं, कहते हैं अच्छा कीमोथेरेपी, सब पता है हमें, लेकिन हम ये सोचते हैं ये औरों के साथ ही होता है, हमारे साथ नहीं होगा. The same cancer in terms of a disease in the society is what this is. It's a way people think कि हमें इसमें नहीं इन्वॉल्व होना है, हो रहा है रास्ते में दूसरी तरफ देखो, चले जाओ.
It's a social crisis. आपने recently वाइज़ाग केस सुना होगा, किस तरीके से एक लड़की का रेप हो रहा था बस स्टैंड पर और लोग वीडियो निकालते हुए निकल रहे थे. मुझे लगता है पहले पकड़ना चाहिए उन वीडियो बनाने वालों को, बिकॉज जिसने किया है उसकी शायद मानसिक संतुलन उसने खो चुका था, बट जिन्होंने वीडियो बनाया है उनको क्या हुआ था. सो इट इज़ इम्पॉर्टेंट दैट वी have that feeling of apathy, that it is a crime to violate a space of a woman, and especially in the public area. So
just to add to that, because you were asking about government, policy makers, till 2012, जहाँ तक मुझे पता है, so I'm taking full onus for the statement, the Women and Child Development Ministry could not put a policy together because they were trying to put कि equal pay होना चाहिए, wages, safety and security of women, their appearances and freedom in public spaces, all of this. But वो कर नहीं पा रहे थे. जैसे ही 2012 में निर्भया का केस हुआ, ज्योति सिंह का, इतने सारे बच्चे, and I say बच्चे because they were all young people on the road angry. But you know what it is that हम लोग इतने सालों में इतने सारे सुनते आ रहे हैं cases, और rape as a word somewhere हम पढ़ के पन्ना बदल लेते हैं. It took brutality of that nature to imagine that you can't miss this. And these kids came on, kids' parents had to come on. That's how it became a movement. The minute Delhi was shaken like that, policies were made. Laws are now changing. The police picks up the phone the minute you call them. Never used to happen. They don't have a choice. They have to pick it up. And they have to tell you, आप चलते रहिए, जब पहुंच जाएंगी घर, वापस कितने देर में पहुंच रही हैं? ये जो माँ बाप करते थे, पुलिस ने करना शुरू किया. It's a fantastic thing. I'm not saying there is no change. But to implement this, not just in Mumbai, Delhi needs it, big time. But Mumbai used to be a city where we used to say, हाँ, doesn't matter, यहाँ पे तो औरतें 2-3 बजे तक walk पे जाती, कुछ नहीं होता. But now, fear is such a scary thing. कि एक बार दिल्ली में हुआ, और हमने कहा नहीं, ये बॉम्बे में नहीं होता, मगर वो डर बैठ गया है. तो लड़कियाँ बाहर आना बंद कर देती हैं. और जब आती हैं, तो वही समाज, लॉ नहीं, समाज पूछता है सबसे पहले. 9 बजे लड़की रात को ऐसे कपड़े पहनकर क्यों बाहर थी? क्या वजह थी उसकी? That's the first question they ask. So one thing that is changed is, if you in today's time victim shame, victim blame a girl, oh, there are men and women in this country who will take you apart. That's changed. That's a huge change. But this law and order can't do anything about it. In fact, law and order depends on us to come together and say, not okay. Then it changes. It works the other way. There's a lovely question, actually.
No, I was also talking in that term कि जब कोई इस तरह की चीजें करता है लड़कियों के साथ, और जब उन्हें पकड़ा जाता है, तो वो छूट जाते हैं बेल पे, या पुलिस भी लेथार्जिक होती है, या वो भी करप्ट होती है, और वो कुछ नहीं करती है, और विक्टिम ही खतरे में आ जाता है क्योंकि वो लोग छूट जाते हैं और फिर से अटैक करते हैं. इस सेंस में I was talking, इस सेंस में भी I was talking about law and order, administrative.
उसमें भी हमारा हाथ है. हम जिस केस को नहीं भूलते, उनके चारों कॉन्विक्ट को हैंग किया जाता है. Because we never accepted कि हाँ 4 साल तक कोई जवाब नहीं आया, भूल जाओ, move on to the next thing. We didn't forget Nirbhaya, which is why the people got punished. We got justice. I still don't think that is justice, because you can't bring back that child's life. You can't bring her back. So we have to take preventive measures, not sit there and get them hanged to say, now this is justice. That's not justice. That's a life gone. And 4 more lives gone.
Our voices are being heard in terms of जब आप demand करेंगे, तो अभी कितने सारे states में ये law pass हो रहा है about any rape of a child which is below 12. लोगों से अब प्रश्न आ रहे हैं कि क्या 13 साल की बच्ची छोटी नहीं होती. So now the thing is, हम जब प्रश्न करेंगे as individuals, as citizens, तभी law बदलेगा. So let us keep our voices high and demand it. And if we demand it and our voices are heard, then policy will change. So at the household level, जैसे कि आपने बताया, it is important that at the household level आप फ़र्क करना बंद करें लड़के और लड़की में, and demand that law that you want changed.
सृष्टि, एक सवाल मैं और पूछना चाहूँगा आपसे कि ये जो यूनिक आइडिया है वॉक करने का और हज़ारों किलोमीटर चलने का, ये पहली दफ़ा कब आया और कैसे उस पर पहली दफ़ा आपने इम्प्लीमेंट किया?
It's a very good question again.
मैं एक बहुत ही साधारण सी लड़की हूँ, जैसे कि आप जानते हैं. मैं कॉर्पोरेट सेक्टर में पहले काम कर रही थी. मेरा ड्रीम था कि मैं एक दिन CEO बनूंगी किसी कंपनी की. इस ड्रीम के साथ मैं ISB हैदराबाद से मैंने ग्रेजुएशन ली, और उसके बाद मैं हांगकांग चली गई 5 साल पहले काम करने. वहाँ पे टाइम एंड अगेन जब मैं आई यूज्ड टू सिट अक्रॉस द टेबल ऑन डिनर टेबल्स हियरिंग पीपल से दैट इंडिया सो ब्यूटिफुल, कल्चरली सो रिच, ताजमहल है आपके पास, तो ऑटोमेटिक आपका रिएक्शन होता है कि आइए विज़िट करिए हमारे देश को. और मेरे को जवाब मिलता था, नहीं, हम नहीं आएंगे. and when I used to probe, because I knew the answer, it always used to be about safety for women. That मैं अपनी wife को और अपनी बेटी को नहीं लाऊंगा, because your country is not safe. बार बार सुनने में ये थोड़ा demeaning लगने लगता है. It is you're singled out as a country which is unsafe for women.
और उसमें सबसे बुरी बात ये है कि वो झूठ नहीं बोल रहा है. That's the worst part of it.
Because you
it's
can't
not
win
like
this
it's
debate.
an image of a country. No, it's a fact of a country, and that's, as an Indian, it bothers you because they are more aware and they're more shocked than we are. Because in their cultures and in their countries, law and order has no choice, because freedom of everything, speech, action, rights, everything is so clear to them. Educated lot. So they think that. But मेरे कहने का ये मतलब है कि हमारे में इस कमरे में हम कितने भी अच्छे लोग क्यों नहीं हो, या हमें जितनी भी बुराई क्यों नहीं हो, हम में से एक भी इंसान ऐसा नहीं है. I'm sorry, I'm going to say this in Hindi, and I will translate. जिसने कभी ना कभी कहीं ना कहीं एक अच्छी सोच नहीं पाली हो, जहाँ पर किसी की मौत ने, किसी के दर्द ने हिलाया नहीं हो अपनी रूह को, मगर हम उसे ना दबाते रहते हैं. उसमें क्या होता है, एक दिन कॉन्शियंस जिसे हम कहते हैं, कैसे कहते हैं हिंदी में कॉन्शियंस को क्या कहते हैं? अंतरात्मा. थैंक यू. अंतरात्मा अंदर ही रह जाती है. उसके बाद इट्स नॉट जस्ट यू और मी, जो भी चुप बैठता है उसकी एक अलग आर्मी बनती है. और ये सिर्फ आदमियों की बात नहीं कर रही हूँ मैं, औरतों की भी बात कर रही हूँ. हम लोग सब जब चुप रहने लग जाते हैं ना, तो बाहर का शोर जो है खा जाता है हमें. Then we become weak, and that's why it is important to voice it, to say it, and to know that ये सिर्फ मेरे साथ होगा, सब मुझे भूल जाएंगे, अकेले छोड़ देंगे. नहीं. I want to say this in front of the media. For what it's worth, I have been in your company for now 25 years, almost. Yeah? मैंने बदलते हुए देखा है मीडिया को in these 25 years. I have seen the news take sides, finally. Will it sell? Will it not sell is not the point. The point is, this is the state of your country, and it is your responsibility to highlight it and to follow it through, as it is our responsibility as citizens of this country to voice it wherever possible. Use our platform. She used 1 billion steps, 3,800 kilometers. Everybody doesn't have to do that. That's not what this is about. मगर ये फाइनेंस सेक्टर से हैं, तो इन्होंने क्या सोचा कि मैं ये पूरे रास्ते जाती हूँ और रास्ते में जितने बच्चों से, औरतों से, आदमी से मिलूँ, मैं उनको फाइनेंशियली इंडिपेंडेंट बना सकूँ, ताकि वो घर बैठे टेक्नोलॉजी इस्तेमाल करके कमा सकें और अपने पैरों पे खड़े हो सके. शी यूज्ड व्हाट शी न्यू, ब्रिलियंटली डन. एंड माय हैट्स ऑफ टू हर फादर, हु इज आल्सो हियर टुडे. He encouraged her and supported her through this entire walk. See, that's a man that I believe is an Indian man. That is the man, the kind of man I've been raised by. And हम साथ दोनों डिफेंस बैकग्राउंड से हैं. वो आर्मी से, हम एयरफोर्स से. और हमारे बचपन से सिखाया गया है कि माँ बाप के पैर छूने से पहले you stand for your national anthem. Your country comes first. To this day, that is a huge thing for us, you know. So my request is, ladies and gentlemen of the media, that an event gets over. It's like a newspaper in the morning. By evening, it's stale. We move on to the next day. But your conscience lives with you, and you have one lifetime to not only live your life well, but to, in the smallest way possible. If you're a teacher, use that. If I'm an actress, I'll use that. Just your media, use that. Whatever you have. Don't try and change the world. Just change one life, one thought, and you'll find that it's like a ripple effect. It's like pay it forward, and other people will do the same. And in doing this, change is going to happen. So, thank you very much for being here.
Ma'am, एक question.
Okay, पूछ लीजिए.
मौजूदा परिस्थिति के बारे में आप दोनों क्या कहना चाहेंगे? क्या एक वुमेन सेफ है, फील करती है इंडिया में? आपको क्या लगता है?
फ्रॉम जो हमने रास्ते में पाया है, जिन आंसर्स से, उनसे मैं आपको बताना चाहूँगी कि नहीं, अभी वो सेफ़ नहीं है. अभी भी हम देखते हैं लड़कियों को बस में चढ़ते हुए फिर उतरते हुए, क्योंकि एक महिला भी नहीं अगर बैठी हो तो वो उस बस में नहीं आएगी अंदर. हमें और औरतें चाहिए रोड पर. we have to get women on, come and participate. And I'm sure that if this message goes out, that more women should come in support, it will happen.
और रही मेरी बात, okay, last, I'll just finish that question. Okay, I'll just finish what I was saying. And it's important to understand that छोटे शहरों में तो unsafe बिल्कुल ही है, because उनके बारे में हर रोज खबर आप लोगों तक नहीं पहुंचती है. But I am a woman and I've been in the public eye for 25 years. So many times people think कि आपको क्या मालूम औरतों के साथ क्या होता है हमारे देश में, आपके साथ तो बॉडीगार्ड्स घूमते हैं, आपके साथ you've got all these other facilities to protect you. Let me tell you that where you are eve-teased by two people, we as women in the public eye, even with 10 bodyguards, are dealing with hundreds of men that have often managed to misbehave with us. And we know exactly how it happens in this country, trust me, in volumes. But fark kitna hai that at this age, the last time that happened was 6 months ago. I was at an award function, you guys were there as well. 15-year-old boy, 15. And because itne sare aadmi the, उसे लगा मुझे पता नहीं चलेगा कौन था. But this is why I tell you guys, learn something of self-defense. It makes you very alert. So I grabbed his hand. And I was so shocked when I pulled him up that he was a little boy. He was 15 years old. Typically, for a misbehavior like that, I could have taken lots of other actions. But because it was a 15-year-old boy, I grabbed him by his neck as if I was saying hello to him. I took him for a walk. सारे भीड़ में आप लोग भी खड़े थे वहाँ पर. मैं उसको से पकड़ के लेके गई और रास्ते में बोला that if I make a hue and cry about this right now, your life will be over, बच्चा. I didn't do. I said नहीं बेटा, करा तो आपने. अब ईमानदारी से पहले acknowledge करो कि किया. I'm sorry. Okay. आपको पता है आपकी ज़िंदगी ख़राब हो जाएगी. It'll be done. I promise it'll never happen. No, if it does, I've seen your face. Now get out of here. That's the difference. I recognize in a 15-year-old boy that he's not been taught that this kind of is not an entertainment. It's a very big mistake. It can cost you the rest of your life. But to grown men who are in our country indulging in worse and gang rapes, they should be hanged. Without a doubt, there should be no understanding or mercy for it. And start hanging them, you'll understand what a consequence is. Loud and clear, whether you're in a city or in a village. This I strongly believe. And then we'll think of mercy and a better place to live in. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah? Thank you. You guys. वो पानी है क्या?
सुष्मिता मैम,
अच्छा उधर आए. Apparently they don't want the table in the foreground.
सुष्मिता मैम स्टार्ट करो.
Yeah.
Yes, can we take a photo? Yeah. This is our sign of equality. Girls and boys are equal. I'm a United Nations champion for change.
Fantastic. Yes, I did read about that.
Yes.
Ready?
Yes.
Am I doing this right?
Ma'am, this camera. This corner, ma'am.
कैसे डांटते हैं आप लोग? This one, that one.
Ma'am, बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग प्यार है.
Can we request you on left side also?
Yes.
You have to give me a hug. You haven't today. You haven't. Okay, ready? Thank you.
मैम दोनों पे.
हाँ.
थोड़ा इस साइड आइए ना सुष्मिता जी.
हाँ जी. थोड़ा और
टेबल आ गई. बस. Sushmita,
How tall are you?
Sushmita, look here.
Sushmita, यहाँ पे. This camera.
Ma'am, here, ma'am. Now, solo.
Thank you. So, please.
Solo picture क्या करेंगे हम? What are you going to do with solo pictures, यार?
Really होता है.
Yeah, solo actually doesn't make sense. Huh?
Yes, exactly.
Ma'am, solo.
Back in.
Are you doing so?
Ready?
वही
So, पहली बार मुझे ऐसा लग रहा है कि मुझे अपने she's so tall, yeah. She's really tall. Height में भी नियत में भी.
Ma'am, solo. Ma'am, इधर थोड़ा ऐसा ही. Ma'am, थोड़ा इस. सुष्मिता जी, एक टेबल है.
मैम यहाँ पे. This camera.
जब ये तो खाली आएगा ना.
नहीं, हाँ, ये
सामने यहाँ पे ये कैमरा.
Ma'am, look at this corner. Ma'am, here, ma'am.
Please clear the way.
Ma'am, here, ma'am.
Okay, let's go.
Bakshi, ma'am.
Srishti ji ka लीजिए.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you for, introducing me to these extraordinary women.
It's too good an opportunity to pass up. It's incredible. It's really taking action on the cause.
And I'm so excited because I seem to be surrounded by such people.
Yeah?
And every day is so inspiring. Okay, let's do this. Hello. How are you all? Is Srishti joining us?
Srishti is right there. There she is.
I'm sorry for really am. I wanted to do a quick introduction. Srishti Bakshi, Dia Mirza, Charles from Volvo Cars India. We're collaborating to do a campaign together. Make your city safe and billion steps away.
I have a good sense of why we're here.
Yes, why we're here,
Thank
yeah.
you so much. Isn't she extraordinary?
Yes.
I'm so lucky. I truly am. I'm so happy all of you are here, and I really want to thank Volvo for partnering and collaborating with Crossbow and what Srishti is doing, and of course her entire team. It's a group of extraordinary human beings. It's very interesting. Before we start our session, I have to share something with you all. In the last few years, I have noticed that there is something remarkable happening in India. And we should all acknowledge it and celebrate it, because I think the more we acknowledge that and celebrate it, the more people will join this movement of participative citizenship, of individuals who are exposed to or witness something that really bothers them, disturbs them, upsets them, angers them, and they refuse to be fence sitters and finger pointers. They get up and they say, how can I change this? And Srishti is one of them. And her whole team is one of them. And like her, whether it's in the sphere of environmental work, whether it's conservation, whether it's air pollution, whether it's water sanitation, whether it is children's rights, human rights, women's rights, there are just these exemplary human beings who have given up lucrative careers, successful jobs, and said, I'm going to get into this and I'm going to change it, because enough is enough. And I'm so lucky that I'm surrounded by these amazing people. I keep getting to meet them. I'm inspired by them. I'm motivated by them. And much of what I do is exactly for the same reason. You know, I keep getting asked, Charles, that you're an actor, producer, how do you find the time to do all of this other work? And I'm like, are you kidding me? How can I not do this? Because it really bothers me. It bothers me that we are in the 21st century. We have an aspiration for 11% growth, and we have over 2 million children living in street situations. We have 14 of the most polluted cities in the world in India. We have so many problems that affect your life and my life, and our health, our children's health, the health of our elderly. And we have to start acknowledging and addressing that these problems exist, and then of course become a part of the change and fix it. And I think you guys, Volvo, you're awesome for, you know, because this is also a very important trend that is a very essential part of this narrative, because there are so many corporates that are coming forward and expanding their corporate social responsibility. You know, they're going beyond the norm, they're going beyond conformity, they're understanding that it's not just about getting a tax benefit, it's about really aligning yourself with the human values that you as an organization believe in, and become a part of that system of change and work and support people who are working towards change. And I think the media has a big role in highlighting these stories and taking it to people, because there are so many young Indians out there who are so inspired by people like Srishti, who will so willingly become a part of something like this, and not only do something like this, but also start things independently. And that's the India that we all want to see and hope to see. That's all I want to say.
Well said, very well said.
Very well said, thank you.
Recently हमने जो सर्वे किया है वुमेन के सेफ्टी को लेकर 2013 से लेकर 2018 तक इशू कम होने के बदले रेज ही होते गए, और सर्वे में जितने भी जन को पूछा गया उन्होंने यही कहा है कि ये इंडिया में तो चलते रहते, हम क्या करेंगे या हम क्या कर सकते हैं. तो डू यू थिंक स्टार्ट हमसे ही होना चाहिए और चेंज अपने से भी होना चाहिए?
Of course, I think तीन चीज़ें, there are three things जितना भी मैं समझ सकती हूँ और मैंने समझने की कोशिश की है, उससे मेरे जहन में एक ही बात आती है कि बदलाव विमेन सेफ्टी के दायरे में बदलाव तभी आएगा जब तक औरतें खुद इस बात को बेहतर नहीं समझती. तो शुरुआत औरत से होगी. एक, कानून समझना, उनके हक की जो उनके हक में कानून बने हैं उनको समझना, और ये जो पेट्रियार्कल माइंडसेट है उससे निकलकर ये समझना कि वो खुद एक इंडिपेंडेंट, एम्पावर्ड, जिम्मेदार, खुश इंसान होने का हक रखती है. वो ना सिर्फ किसी की माँ या बेटी या बहन या दोस्त या बीवी है, वो एक इंसान है, और इंसान जो ह्यूमन राइट्स होते हैं वो उतने ही हिस्सेदार हैं उन राइट्स की. हमने देखा है कि जहाँ पर भी औरतें ये बात समझती हैं, और एक जो इकोनॉमिक इंडिपेंडेंस है, फाइनेंशियल एम्पावरमेंट है, जब वो उसके तरफ बढ़ती हैं, तो बहुत इंटरेस्टिंगली मेल मेंबर से भी उनको सपोर्ट मिलने लगता है. क्योंकि काफ़ी मर्तबा हमने एक्चुअली ये हम जानते हैं कि जब लड़की होती है हमारे परिवारों में, हमारे देश में, कई घरों में, चाहे वो अनपढ़ परिवार हो या पढ़ा लिखा परिवार हो, ये माना जाता है कि बेटी किसी और की होती है, या लायबिलिटी होती है, या बोझ होती है, क्योंकि उसकी शादी करानी होती है, उसके खर्चे होते हैं. यू नो, इट्स अ टेरेबल वे ऑफ थिंकिंग. और ये जो सोचने की का तरीका है वो तभी बदलेगा जब जो पेट्रियार्कल माइंडसेट्स है वो चेंज होंगे. तो एक है establishing the fact that women are human beings and they have human rights.
Absolutely.
They have to have access to education, to health, to financial independence and growth. And secondly, and I have to point out here that ये हमारे इंडस्ट्री में भी होता है. कभी आपने कभी सुना है कि जब मेल एक्टर शादी करता है तो उससे पूछा गया है कभी कि शादी के बाद आप क्या एक्टिंग कंटिन्यू करेंगे? ये नौकरी है, आदमी करता है, औरत भी करती है, क्यों ये सवाल सिर्फ औरत से पूछा जाता है? तो ये जो माइंडसेट है ये हर जगह है, तो ये पहले बदलना होगा। दूसरा, आई थिंक जब तक हमारी जो पुलिस फोर्सेस है उसमें जब तक फीमेल रिप्रेजेंटेशन नहीं बढ़ता, और ये देखा गया है जहाँ पर भी फीमेल रिप्रेजेंटेशन बढ़ा है और जो पुलिस स्टेशंस में औरतों के केसेस संभालती हैं और एक उनके साथ वर्कशॉप्स हुई हों, उनका जो माहौल है पुलिस स्टेशन का और जो जेंडर रिप्रेजेंटेशन बेहतर हुआ हो, स्पेशली वेयर देयर आर मोर विमेन ऑफिसर्स एंड कॉन्स्टेबल्स, वहाँ पर देयर आर मोर विमेन विलिंग टू कम एंड रजिस्टर कंप्लेंट्स, और ऐसे जगहों में जो क्राइम रेट है अगेंस्ट वुमेन वो काफ़ी तादाद में कम हुआ है। एग्जाम्पल के तौर पे हैदराबाद एज अ सिटी, वहाँ पे क्राइम रेट बहुत बढ़ गया था अगेंस्ट वुमेन, ईव टीजिंग से लेके रेप से लेके सब कुछ। आज हैदराबाद has become the second safest city in the country. वो इसलिए क्योंकि one police officer decided that we have to change the way our police stations look. They have to become more.
She's an IPS officer.
She's an IPS officer. Swati Lakra. She basically said कि हमको हमारे पुलिस स्टेशंस को पुलिस स्टेशंस जैसा दिखना नहीं चाहिए. I'm speaking in Hindi. I'll translate for you later. But she changed the environment of the police stations, made them more women friendly, made them more accessible to women, and ensured that women were handling women's cases. Not just that, the male officers were sensitized. तो एक ऐसे बहुत होता है हमारे देश में कि औरत अगर कोई अपना कंप्लेंट देने जाती है, रजिस्टर करने जाती है पुलिस स्टेशन में, तो पहला अप्रोच ये होता है कि उसको शेम करते हैं, विक्टिम शेमिंग कहा जाता है इसको। तुमने गलत कपड़े पहने होंगे, क्यों तुम इतनी रात को वो सड़क पे चल रही थी, तुम्हारे साथ क्यों कोई नहीं था, ये सारे सवाल पूछे जाते हैं पुलिस स्टेशन में। तो ये उनको सेंसिटाइज करना कि ये गलत है, ऐसे नहीं सोचा जा सकता, ऐसा आप ऐसे बोल नहीं सकते। और ये सिस्टमिक अप्रोच की वजह से, चेंज की वजह से देखा गया है कि वहाँ का क्राइम रेट बहुत कम हो गया है। तो एक तो है acknowledging the fact that women have human rights and they have to have equal opportunity in society. Second is to establish strong laws, which we have, but we don't really implement them. So to ensure those laws are implemented. And third, to ensure that all the establishments that are there in place to make the checks and balances and ensure that the legal system is really protecting the rights of women, those have to get improved.
Exactly.
And they're actually drafting something called the white paper.
Right. So we are actually working right now on a white paper. हमारा future plan ये है कि walk ज़रूर ख़त्म हो गई, but this is a citizen-led movement. जितने लोगों ने हमसे बात करी है, हम करीब 70,000 लोगों से मिलते हुए आ रहे हैं. 110 workshops मैंने conduct करी हैं. इसमें से जो हमने जाना है, they are the participative citizens. इनकी अब बात हम पहुँचाएंगे to policy makers. I'm working with National Commission for Women, जो रेखा शर्मा द्वारा she is the chairperson, to be able to present this paper with valid solutions for the Ministry of Child and Welfare Department.
You know the difference in this, it's a very important thing. In fact, I hope कि ये एक example माना जा सकता है हर sphere के लिए, क्योंकि ऐसा होता है कि जो textbook understanding of a situation or a problem is very different from the reality. So what this draft of policy will do is take the real problems and give them the perspective they need from a real life point of view and solutions from a real life point of view, which makes all the difference.
Mr. Fram, I would like to ask you one question regarding this. You are in India for past, I think, 8 to 9 months or something like that.
Yes.
So what have you experienced regarding women's safety, and what measures will you be taking in your company as almost known for safety first, according to what measures you would be taking regarding the safety?
Yes. So, I mean, first of all, it's such a privilege to be able to help tell Srishti's story.
Yeah.
And I think that's really the role that we wanted to take, to make sure that her story was told. And I think the story she's telling about the situation with women's safety in India is something that resonates very well, I think, with Volvo. We are, from our very nature, and I think well known as leaders in safety, but also in gender equality. Yeah. So coming from Sweden, before I was here, I was living in Sweden for 5 years. And that's a place where gender equality is I think far beyond many other countries, and we've seen that. And that's something that's sunk very deeply as a Swedish company into our DNA. So when we saw this opportunity and the great things that you were doing, we just wanted to help tell this story. And if you look at the things that we're doing at Volvo, I mean, we've made a pledge that we will have 35% of our top management be female in the next 5 years. I think that's a big, and we'll be doing our part of that here in India. Yes.
अभी थोड़ी देर पहले सुष्मिता सेन यहाँ पर थी, तो उन्होंने बताया कि कोई भी सेफ नहीं है, चाहे वो सेलिब्रिटी हो या कोई भी इंसान हो। उनके साथ भी एक हादसा हुआ था जब वो एक अवार्ड फंक्शन में गई थी और 15 साल के लड़के ने उन्हें मोलेस्ट किया और उन्होंने पकड़ लिया था एक्चुअली उन्हें। ऐसा कुछ आपके साथ कभी हुआ है, कुछ ऐसा शेयर करना चाहेंगे?
इस देश में ऐसी कोई भी
I can't think of a single lady or girl in our country जहाँ पे उनके साथ ऐसा कोई हादसा ना हुआ हो। मैं जानती हूँ कि मैं हैदराबाद में पली बड़ी, मैं स्कूल चलकर जाती थी, तो स्कूल जाते समय और लौट आते समय, क्योंकि हम सड़क से चलते हुए जाते थे और लौट आते थे, लड़के छेड़ना, फॉलो करना वाज अ रेगुलर थिंग। तो डर के मतलब the heart would be like pounding all the way from the moment I left the front gate of my home till I reached school. It would be scary. But the interesting thing is, unfortunately ऐसा कोई हादसा नहीं हुआ. And also credit to my parents that despite this they never said किसी को साथ में रखो. You know, they never discouraged me from going and walking on my own. They always believed that a girl should get her independence and she should, despite whatever the situation, find her way and make sure she gets to where she has to. And I was lucky perhaps that there was I don't know whether my parents would have had that confidence today given everything that's been happening in our country. And quite frankly, I don't think they would have. The world was, India was a lot safer in the 80s while I was growing up. But I know that नुमाइश होती है हैदराबाद में जो exhibition grounds में, तो वहाँ पे तो भीड़ बहुत ज़्यादा होती थी. So getting pinched and somebody coming and touching you in places and being it's a very common thing. And the sad thing was that we never reported it. We never tried to apprehend the person. We used to feel ashamed and embarrassed as girls. We would be like, my God, somebody touched me and I'm so embarrassed that this has happened to me. But if something like that happened to me today, I'd break that person's face. And I would report a complaint. So, no, I'm not that aggressive, but I would definitely report a complaint.
डर instill करते हैं, parents ही करते हैं.
It's in certain societies, in actually a lot of our environments in India, shame begins at home. मेरे case में, I think it was just because everybody was that way, I felt it too. I mean, I don't believe that if I had gone back home and I told my mother कि मेरे साथ ऐसा हुआ, she would have obviously told, because she's a very progressive, very enterprising, independent, forward-thinking woman. She would have said, there's nothing for you to be ashamed. You shouldn't feel shame. But I did feel shame, and felt very awkward and embarrassed about it.
Okay, now we're going to have to move downstairs.
Sure.
You're needed on stage. There's a crowd.
Sure, thank you. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much. That was very well said.
Okay, we'll do this.
Hi, ma'am.
Thank you.
Now solo, Dia ma'am, solo. Solo.
चल.
Dia ji, थोड़ा इस तरफ आ जाइए, Dia ji. Dia ma'am.
Has to be on stage now.
Dia ji, थोड़ा सा इस तरफ.
Ma'am, this camera. Ma'am, this camera.
Yeah, this corner.
One more, yeah, ma'am.
Yeah, this corner.
This. Yeah, ma'am, this corner.
And are you happy now? Yes? And now everybody, I want all you people to put on your flashlights because we're doing one big selfie. Everybody put on your flashlights. Everybody. This got to be trending everywhere.
Let's do a big picture, everybody.
Yes.
The excitement. Okay, your flashlights on and up.
Your hands up, everybody. Flashlights on.
So when we post the picture, you know where you were standing. All right, everybody.
Essentially, the phone is in which hand? Yeah, that hand has to go up, not the other hand. Yeah. So the phone, whichever hand it is in. All right, let's go. Everybody, make some noise. Okay, people, we're making a video. People in Mumbai, how loud can we get? Come on! Well.
Thank you so much, Dia, for joining us. Everybody, huge round of applause for Miss Dia Mirza. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Okay, I have a hint of what is going to happen in the evening.
मैं आगे खड़ा हूँ, आगे आगे वाइड कम आउट मैं सामने खड़ा हूँ उसके।
मैडम एक्सक्यूज मी मैम, फोटो काढतो 2 मिनटं मी फोटो काढतो। हाँ ठीक है। हाँ मैडम चलो और बैठो आ गया, बैठ जाओ। हाँ सामने क्रॉस होने वाला, संभालना। हाँ जल्दी आ रोड क्रॉस करने का, जल्दी आ। पीछे खड़ा होगा तो बोल देना।
सर थोड़ा पीछे आना ना।
किधर गए बाकी के लोग? ग्रुप को बोला
पीछे खड्डा होगा तो पीछे देखो, रोप क्यों लगाया यार? बस हो गया, भाई क्या करो बोलो? गाड़ी दे भाई आ जाओ, बाद में बात करें, चलते रहे चार्जेस। सुनो बाइक करने जा रहा हूँ, बाइक करने जा रहा हूँ। हटो याद हो ना 3 किलोमीटर का उसका चलने वाला है। अरे सब उल्टा ही तो चल रहा कब से। अरे हमने चलेगा तो बबलू बाहर खड़ा करेंगे। अरुण लाइट बंद कर। कर दिया नीचे। अरे जिंदाबाद जिंदाबाद करो ना। आनंद तो बोल रहे ना पटक से कभी चलो ना। हाँ हाँ बोल क्या क्या तुम आगे बढ़ो, हम तुम्हारे साथ हैं। तुम आगे बढ़ो, हम तुम्हारे साथ हैं। नारी शक्ति जिंदाबाद। कौन सा ये वाला? भाई देखो शॉट देखो, भाई देखो हाथ देखो भाई। Bike ahead. Thank you. आराम से बैठ के चल रहे थे आप